Hey guys, what the fuck is up? It's me, Mr. Rock, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I decided that with the downtime that I have right now, why don't I just hit you guys with a good old-fashioned story time. I was looking over some old footage that I had from last summer, and trust me, there is a lot. And I got reminded of this one date in particular that was especially insane, and I just thought that I'd share the story with you guys. So let's just jump right into it. Last summer I was touring Europe for about a month. Parts of the time I was by myself, and other times I met up with friends and we would travel a bit together.
I'm heavily wasted.
So at this point in my travels, I'd already gone to Greece, Berlin, and done Tomorrowland in Belgium. And then the last week I was in Spain, where I met up with some friends in Barcelona. And then me and one of my girlfriends went to Ibiza. So at this point in my travels, obviously I had done a lot of partying. If you guys know me, I was going out all night in Berlin, exploring underground techno scenes, going to Tomorrowland and all that fun stuff. And obviously with these environments, with the rave culture, with underground techno clubs, obviously I may or may not have been partaking in some behaviors that I maybe shouldn't have. Without trying to criminalize myself on the internet, let's just say I was having fun and, you know, maybe taking some stimulants in order to stimulate my experiences. So at this point, it was about a month into my traveling, and I was in Ibiza with one of my really close friends, and her and I decided to go to this club called High in Ibiza. It was amazing, absolutely crazy. There was a slide going through the club, drag queens everywhere, absolutely amazing, 10 out of 10 would recommend. So obviously we're going out, we're having fun, we're gonna wanna, you know, do a little something, partake in some activities, if you know what I mean, to make sure that we have a really good night. So her and I split a pill.
I took a pill in Ibiza.
Sorry, mom. Going into the club, and what I hadn't realized was, since I had been traveling for like weeks now, I'd gone to Berlin, I'd done Tomorrowland, I'd been doing this stuff for a while. Obviously, I'd built up a tolerance by the last week of my vacation, and my friend had just joined me there, so she didn't have that tolerance yet. So it's like an hour into the club, and she's like bouncing off the walls, having such a good time. You know, I can tell she's just like living fucking life. And I'm there like, man, like, I'm not there yet. Like, I think I'm gonna need a little more something to get me, you know, to that point. You know, I'm trying to be feeling the fucking bass. I'm trying to be dancing my feet off. We're inside the club. We start partaking in our little scavenger hunt, if you will. This makes me sound so bad. Oh my god. Oh my god. Don't take drugs from strangers, guys. So we start, you know, going around the club looking for candidates, you know, some potential candidates to maybe, you know, help me out with my issue. Maybe they can help me out with a little something to get me back up onto that level, right? Oh my god, I'm actually fucking horrible. So we see these two guys in the corner of the club, eyes bulging out their heads. Like, you could just tell they knew what they were doing. And we go up to them and like, literally all I say is, hey, you got something for me? And he's like, yeah, what do you want? And whatever, he fixes me up. We start chilling with these guys for the rest of the night. They're really nice gentlemen. So I start having fun. I'm like feeling the rhythm. I'm getting fucking swifty in here. I'm having fun. At one point in the night, one of the guys ends up hooking up with a drag queen thinking it was a girl. That was a whole other story. Anyway, it was a really fun night. And at some point, these guys mentioned to us like, hey, what are you doing tomorrow? And I'm like, I don't know, what are you guys doing? Like, well, we're here with like 10 of our mates because they're from the UK. And we rented out a boat for the day, like, you guys should come join us. And I'm like, yeah, why the fuck not? Let's seize the fucking day. Here's an opportunity. Like, yeah, pick us up at noon tomorrow, whatever. So, next day rolls around, these guys come pick up me and my friend. They like rented out a boat. They just took the boat for the day. They had to like return it by that night at like 8 p.m. And we just start like cruising around the fucking perimeter of Ibiza. It was really cool. There was so much booze on this boat. Like, it was ridiculous. There's a tube attached to the back of the boat. We're taking turns on the tube. It was so much fun. These guys are from the UK, so they start like taking their balloons of nitrous oxide laughing gas. I don't know if you guys are familiar with UK culture, but that's some next shit. They're like doing their balloons, you know, and then at one point some guy turns to me, he's like, oh, by the way, like, we're all microdosing some acid. Like, do you want some? I'm like, well, why the fuck not? It's not like I'm just on a boat with all these strangers that I just met yesterday in Ibiza. Sure, why the fuck not? So me and my friend and all of us, we just start taking bits and bits of LSD while we're on these boat with these strangers. So I'm feeling it, you know, the music's playing, I'm on this tube in the middle of the ocean with these random guys who just met. The waves are like tripping me out. It was like some next pattern, and the captain of the boat kept mentioning, oh, I want to go to this one spot. It has like really clear blue water.
Fucking blue ass water.
We need to go there. It's like on the other side of the island. Like, I'll get you guys there. And we're like, sure, why not? That's fine. So as we're like cruising around the coast of Ibiza, my friend starts getting really seasick, and she's like, honestly guys, like, I'm just not feeling it. Like, here, there's like a beach over there. Just drop me off. I'll figure out my way back to our hotel. Don't worry. I'm like, oh my god, are you sure? Like, give her my card and like get a taxi. Like, are you sure? Is everything gonna be okay? She's like, honestly, it's fine. You guys go have fun. I don't want to make you guys turn around now. I'll just get off. And she just gets off on some random port in some random part of Ibiza. She said it was a really nice walk and she found this cabin and everything. It was beautiful. So my friend leaves and now it's just me on this boat with these like 10 strangers that I had just met the night before. And we're just taking on the fucking day, and the waves were actually really aggressive. Like, if I'm being honest, like, it was a nice sunny day, but it was really windy and the waves were really high up, and this small boat was like crashing into the waves and water was like going in and onto the boat. So it was like aggressive sailing, but it was really fucking fun at the same time. Because we're all just so drunk, you know, we're tripping, we're high on acid, we're having a good ass fucking day. And we start making our way closer and closer to that spot that this guy wants to go. And we're like a couple hours into the day, you know, we're playing music, we're having fun. Half of their friends were just like kind of not feeling it. Like, they were like sitting in the back of the boat, like in the shade, like, I'm cold, I'm not feeling this, is too aggressive, like whatever. And me and like the other half were at the front of the boat in the sun, like, what do you mean? This is beautiful, this is amazing, come take a shot, like, I'm enjoying it, I'm living life right now. So that half of the boat is kind of like, okay guys, like, why don't we just like turn around, like, let's just return the boat, like, I'm over it, I want to go home. And at that point, I literally turned to these guys that I had just met and I'm like, listen the fuck up. My 19-year-old friend just got off the boat at the last beach because she said she wasn't feeling it. So we're not just gonna turn around and go all the way back for your asses to get off. If you want to get off the boat, you can get the fuck off the boat. So the captain stopped at the next like pier and dropped off half of his friends. And we're like, yeah, y'all can figure it out too. So at this point, it's like 5 of us on the boat, like 5 of these guys and me. And we're still just living life, taking shots, having fun, tripping. We finally make it to that spot that he was talking about. And we anchor the boat, and it was literally the bluest fucking water I've ever seen in my entire life.
This water, yo, come check out how blue this water is.
Non-Photoshop, non-filtered. I'll literally insert some photos because it was so beautiful.
Look at that water! How blue is that shit? You see that water? It's blue as fuck.
We're just taking shots, we stopped, we got food. It was like such a beautiful, nice day. And at that point, we start realizing like, okay, the time is running out and we need to start returning this boat back to like the pier by 8 p.m. And the sun is like about to start setting. So after our nice, calm, relaxing stop, we're like, okay, we should probably start heading out. And they start trying to drag like the anchor out of the water. And for some reason the anchor gets stuck and they can't pull it out. Because mind you, at this point we are all fucked up. Even the captain is tripping off acid. Like, all of us are fucked on acid. They're high on balloons. I'm like drunk as shit. Like, we're all drunk. And it was like 5 idiots trying to turn on a boat. Like, it was like 5 idiots trying to steer a boat around Ibiza. Like, we couldn't even get the anchor back in the fucking boat. So we just yanked it up and threw it in the boat. We couldn't even like put it in properly. Even at one point as we're cruising, like one of the chairs like broke in. Like, we just fucked up this boat. Like, it was not a pretty sight. We really fucked up this boat. Anyway, so we're like, hey, we should really start heading back. Like, it's gonna get late. You're not gonna bring this boat back on time. So we started like cruising back towards the thing, and the captain's like, all right guys, everybody hold the fuck on because I'm about to haul ass all the way back to the port in Ibiza. And this guy starts driving so fast and the waves are so big. We're like, the boat is crashing into the waves and the water is spraying in and onto the fucking boat. Like, it was the most aggressive boat ride I've ever been on, but it was like so chaotic and messy and like fucked up and scary and crazy that I loved it because no one cared because it was just such a good vibe. We were all like, what the fuck, and holding on for our lives. It was insane.
That's great, that's great. This is great, this is
boys.
So we finally start making our way back to the pier, and we're maybe like halfway there because we had gone a far way. Like, we went to the other side of Ibiza, like around half of the fucking circumference of Ibiza. And the guy who they rented the boat from starts calling because it's like almost like 8, I guess. He's like, hey, like, I'm just wondering where you guys are at. Like, you're supposed to hand in the boat soon. Is everything okay? And the guy's like, oh yeah, you know, everything's great. He's drunk as fuck. He's like, yeah, you know, it's great. We just got a little lost. Like, sorry, the waves and the wind, and like, you know, we're just heading back now. Don't worry. And the guy's like, okay, sure, whatever. We're literally speeding our way through this fucking ocean, just trying to get back to this port. And we get back at the port, we're so late. It's like 9 p.m. at this time, the most aggressive ride later. I almost flew off the boat 7 times. Like, it was a fucking mess. So we get back to the port and we had to fill up the gas before we could return the boat. So we stop at like this gas station and we were going so fast, like into the port. We're zooming in between these boats and there's like actual speed limits on the water, in case you didn't know. This guy's like hauling ass into the fucking gas station. The guy calls again and he's like, I just saw you, you're driving way too fast. I just saw you pull into the marina. You're driving way too fast. You're gonna get a ticket, da 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 da. Like, you need to return the boat. You're already late. It was so funny. I'm just there like, oh my God, this is a mess.
Yeah, out of the port, just make 3 knots.
Is that bad? Is that bad?
Go fast, yeah.
Is it
We're
like...
going like 10 knots. 10 knots, see what's going.
Why did you say we were going 10 knots? Over triple the fucking speed limit.
So we go, we're like, okay, let's just fill up the gas, return the boat. So we're filling up the gas, and the guy at the gas station is like, holy shit, like, how did you use all of this gas? Like, why is the tank pretty much empty? Like, you need to fill this shit up. He's like, where did you go all day? Like, how did you use all this gas? And the guy's like, oh, we just went to, like, you know that spot over there, like the one of the blue ass water, like whatever. And the guy's like, you went all the way over there today in this boat today? He's like, I'm a native from Ibiza. I live here and I wouldn't dare make that fucking trip on this boat today with this wind and these waves. I wouldn't dare. How the hell did you bring the boat back in time? Like, what the fuck? How did you do that? We're like, well, you don't even want to know. So as we're stopped at this gas station, we're like, okay, we need to get rid of all the paraphernalia, all of the narcotics, throw out all the fucking nitrous oxide little canisters, all the balloons, all the fucking alcohol empties, like everything needs to go. We're throwing everything out. We're trying to like decriminalize the boat. You know, we drive back into like the port, into the marina to drop off the boat, and the guys, they're like, what the fuck? Like, you guys are so late. Why are you driving so fast? Like, bitching at them, like ripping them a new one. And he starts like examining the boat. He's like, what's wrong with the anchor? What is this here? What did you break? What's up with this? Like, everything was so fucked up on this boat. It was so bad. And he's like paging them, and at that point I'm like, all right guys, well, looks like you got something to deal with here, but I mean, it's been fun. Thanks for the day. I had a great time, and I just like, ooh, escaped before shit got worse. So I'm like, I'm not responsible for this. Like, oh, thank God I didn't pitch on this damage deposit, because y'all ain't getting that back. Anyways, at the end, it was such a great, chaotic day. We lost half of our crew halfway through, but we still enjoyed it thoroughly, despite all the chaos and all the waves, and like, honestly, almost thinking I was gonna die multiple times. It was one of the craziest days of my entire life, and just the circumstance of the whole day was so fucked up. Like, I met these guys the night before, and now I'm on a boat with them doing acid in the fucking water. Like, insane. The shit that you get into when you're in Ibiza, I'm telling you. That's still one of the craziest fucking days of my entire life. So if any one of you guys from that boat day, if any one of you guys are watching this, thank you so much. That was an amazing fucking day. It was literally like the crew of idiots. Like, how many idiots does it take to drive a boat around the perimeter of Ibiza? But it was just so perfect, and like, me included, you know, like, it was just so perfect and so crazy and so chaotic, but it was just so much fun because no one gave a fuck. Despite everything else going on, no one gave a fuck. We were all just having such a good time. And yeah, so there you guys have it. That was the time that I did LSD on a boat full of strangers by myself in Ibiza. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you want to hear more story times, because I have a lot more, and I have a lot more footage from last summer of things that I need to tell you guys, because like, wow. Also, I just posted my latest single and music video to Afterlife. If you guys have yet to check that out, click the link in my description, or you can find it on my channel. Make sure you guys watch that. Yeah, thank you so much. Make sure you subscribe. I put out new videos every now and then. Bye.